Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 16 of Season 4 here in the Southampton career mode. First things first, apologies for no upload yesterday. As you know, I was away at the World Cup capture event at the beginning of the week, and as such, I recorded ahead for the few days that I was away. If you follow me on social media, you'll know that on Wednesday I played a game of football, or part of a game of football at Stamford Bridge, and as such, those of you that have known me longer than just the past few weeks or months will know that I have ME, which is a physically debilitating condition, medical condition, and as such been pretty out of action since that game of football, to be completely honest, or the 10 minutes that I was actually able to play. So I was just not well enough to be able to record videos yesterday, I'm afraid, or Thursday, as you see this, because it's now Friday when I'm recording for Saturday. So I wasn't able to record any videos Thursday, so I've only been able to get back to work on Friday, which is why yesterday, being Friday today as I record this, there wasn't any uploads. But I mentioned this in the RTG video earlier, but obviously some of you don't watch that series, so I thought I'd mention it again here in this series. One thing that you guys did mention in the comment section of the previous episode was what you thought I should do with regards to who we should sell to try and bring in a new central midfielder. The majority of people saying don't sell Mayoral, so I'm not going to do that. He will stay. Obviously, the initial intention is to sell Sofiane Boufal to raise the funds to bring in a new holding midfielder so we can move Milinkovic-Savic back up to Cam and have the depth in that position for the Champions League. There was also some call from a number of you actually to maybe consider, rather than Boufal, selling Richarlison. He's younger and higher rated, but as you can see from the stats page here, nowhere near as effective as Sofiane Boufal. Boufal has scored 13 goals in 24 games, whereas Richarlison has simply scored just the 2 goals in 24 games, and has 7 assists total, 3 of which coming in pre-season, as opposed to Boufal's 4, 2 of which in pre-season. So they've got 2 in competitive games and 4 in competitive games for Richarlison. So between them, 6 goal contributions in 24 games, and 10 goals and 2 assists, so 12. 6 and 12. So Boufal is basically giving me twice as many goals contributions as Richarlison. However, Richarlison's high rated and younger, although this is the last season, so he is actually valued quite considerably more, Richarlison. So I would consider selling him if a bid comes in, but primarily I'm going to sell Boufal. He's still going to be the main one that I look to sell, but if I get an offer in for Richarlison, then I will consider selling him. But obviously Sofiane Boufal is still on the transfer list, and we shall be looking to sell him on. A couple of people saying sell Obafemi and Josh Sims instead, but quite simply I wouldn't be able to raise the money I need to bring in the quality of player that I want for the first team. And there are a few people saying don't sell anyone and just buy a couple of fringe players, but again, quite simply don't have the funds to be able to do that. A few people saying loan someone, but I really don't want to loan someone. I'm not going to have enough to be able to bring it. Well, I could loan someone of quality, but it's being able to narrow down who I would actually be able to loan and who isn't available for loan. And to be fair, I've already narrowed down 3 players that I want, and they're on my transfer list. They're on my short list. Dendoncker, Partey, and I added Ndidi because he was in a comment that was highly thumbed up in the previous episode. So I've added him to the list as well. But currently we have £6 million available to us. I'm going to need to sell Boufal or Richarlison for a sizable fee to be able to afford to bring in someone new. So to do that, we'll just have to wait and see what bids we get in. But we will play Huddersfield today. We will play Watford today, and then advance as far as the FA Cup game against Doncaster Rovers, and then take it from there. But that was a lengthy intro. Apologies for the length of it, but I wanted to tell you why I didn't upload yesterday, and obviously catch up on what we missed, or catch up on the situation, the scenario that we find ourselves in with regards to transfer window. So drop the video a like if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. And we're going to jump into this game now against Huddersfield Town away from home, where hopefully, fingers crossed, we can come away with a win. 4-2-3-1 for Huddersfield. Mosquera, Akeche and Pritchard sat behind Mounier up top. Weirdly, I think in today's RTG video I played Huddersfield as well in the Championship. We're in the Premier League still in this series and we'll try and get 3 points against them now. Hogg into Akeche. What's that back there to Derek Williams? Intercepted by Odriozola. Quickly forward into Milinkovic-Savic. That quickly down there to Leon Bailey, who I've set back to cut inside, and that is exactly why. Southampton 1, Huddersfield 0 in the 9th minute. We tried him on the right. I wasn't too made up with him on the right, but we changed his instructions to cut inside for one game, and he was brilliant. I forgot to then, I kind of did it mid-game when I first tried it, and I forgot to do it in the main menus for the last episode. I have now done it for this game from the main menu, so he's set to default now to cut inside from that left hand side of the pitch, and well, he's done it there to devastating effect. Leon Bailey makes it Southampton 1, Huddersfield 0. Corner for Huddersfield, 20 minutes after we scored. Alex Pritchard, the former Spurs youngster, to take it, whipped in. Mounier with a header, wasn't far away. The keeper wasn't too fussed by it though, so I had confidence that it was going to go wide at all times. Had Arithbalaga thrown himself towards it, I might have been slightly more nervous, but he instilled confidence in me there with his body language. And we will stay 1-0 in front for now. Harris with a header. It's a poor free kick from Huddersfield. Kluivert cuts inside. There's a bit of space for Odriozola. Hit it early to look for GAG. Borja on the run. Here's Odriozola again. Driving towards the box. Standing up into the middle where Williams can head clear. But Neves will close it down well. There's Leon Bailey. Just gets there ahead of Williams. Borja to GAG. He's going to go for the 1-2 he is, but I'll ignore him because GAG wants to go solo. But his shot's well blocked by the defender. We have a lead, but I haven't been able to extend it yet or even get really a clear-cut opportunity to get that second goal. But hopefully one will materialise sooner rather than later. I'll just head that home and they will be safe. Tierney down the line, beautiful ball into Bailey. Zanka with a ridiculous tackle. We will get the advantage. I'm sorry, what? I mean, he's given it straight to me, but how on earth was that a foul in their favour? He Okay, they keep just playing it back to me though, for some reason, Huddersfield Town. I'll try and make them pay for that eventually. I'm baffled. How that was a foul against Leon Bailey is beyond me. Oh, that was meant for the man that was right in front of me there, Milinkovic-Savic. Never mind, I've squeezed that through the gap and I've given it away. Well, that all came to nothing in the end, didn't it? Cross there to Harris, forward to Kluivert. Neves. Bit of space there. Mayoral's run took the defender away. Bit more space for Ruben Neves. It's not as good as his earlier one in the season. The one that led me to title the video Best Goal I've Ever Scored in FIFA, but that was still superb from Ruben Neves. The movement on it, it did look as if it was going to go high and then dip back down again. And it's the crossbar. It looked initially, or at least initially I thought it'd come off the far post. But it knuckled as well. There's barely any spin on that whatsoever. I'm going to have a look at instant replay. He hit that so clean that it barely even moved in the air at all. There's such little movement on that. Like, it barely even moves one patch with regards how far it turns. Let's try and look at it from as low down as possible to see how much it knuckled. Did it properly knuckle? No, well, a little bit. Look, from you watch closely, it goes from right to left and then back right again, and the keeper can just do nothing but stare at it. Another delicious Ruben Neves goal. Akeche. They stepped in. Borja back to Milinkovic-Savic. Looking for GAG, who we find well. Borja is there. making the run. Oh, on the outside of me was Justin Kluivert, but after using Diédhiou, I've become very... Oh, is that a foul? It is. It's become very apparent how average Borja actually is. He scores goals, don't get me wrong. And he was most certainly a step up from Charlie Austin. But it wasn't until the growth of Akeche. Oh, cracking strike off the bar. It's not until... I mean, it might just be that Akeche is that good that he's making everyone else that I play with at striker feel that average. Because Borja can come up with absolute peach finishes like that. I think it's more his dribbling. I think I've been so blessed with Diédhiou's close control and ability to just spin on a sixpence that Borja feels a little bit clunky at times. But give him a little bit of space like they did there and he will dispatch it into the top corner. Southampton 3, Huddersfield 0. Comments across to Mosquera. He's just not got the physicality to deal with Milinkovic-Savic. NEVES will square this across to Odriozola. Now we have a game midweek, and with weaker opposition the following weekend against Doncaster Rovers, where obviously I'll be playing a more rotated side. Finish from Diédhiou. I am now, especially now that we're 4-0 up, going to start taking some players off and resting them for the game midweek. Let's bring Richarlison. Let's see how Richarlison gets on in that cam role. Because I mentioned before that Buffalo's been superb, but it has mainly been through the middle that he's got the majority of his goals. And obviously Richarlison hasn't had the opportunity to play in that role yet. So maybe in the final 20 minutes here, we'll see if Richarlison can step up. Buffalo's just been unreal though. And that finish from Diédhiou. Has some top quality goals in this game. It's not quite as good as Ruben Neves is, but it's still a top draw finish. It's his 14th in the Premier League so far this season. Still sees him top of the goal scorer charts for that Golden Boot race. And this win will see us remain top of the Premier League as well. Tierney delivers a lovely ball in. Richarlison, bury that, and all faith in you is restored. Unfortunately, he's lashed it wide. No control on the effort. Neves to Diédhiou. Slip to bend it from here. I really like Diédhiou. He has grown far quicker than I ever expected him to. I didn't even know the name before you guys told me to sign him, let alone what his potential was. And we haven't trained him for ages, but he shot up from the late 70s when he arrived, wasn't he? He was like 78, 79 rated. He's now 86. He might have been slightly higher rated than that when I signed him, but I don't recall him being too high. And I didn't train him for too long. But he's just continued to go from strength to strength and is destroying the Premier League this season. A 5th here against Huddersfield. His 15th of the season so far in the Premier League. Not including goals scored in other competitions. I am going to get my clean sheet. I was just holding on ever so slightly there to ensure that Arrizabalaga made the save before I said anything along the lines of a clean sheet. Because you know how I like to jinx myself. Or at least I have a habit of it. I don't like to jinx myself. It just kind of happens most of the time. Right. 5 shots on target. 5 goals went in. Just pure clinical finishing from us there. I can't quite remember who was second in the table, actually, as we headed into that game. Wins for both Manchester sides. A draw for Liverpool. Spurs yet to play against Sheffield Wednesday. The table looked pretty lopsided, didn't it, last time we looked at it in the last episode. Just went to go and cross my legs, and I physically can't. My legs are that dead. I tried to do it yesterday as well, just as a habit. Sometimes I sit here and I just cross my legs, and my quads are so just rock solid and tight and sore that I physically can't. When I'm in a seated position, I cannot lift my right leg over my left. Oh, ME is an absolute bitch at times. I swear, I'm so uncomfortable. But we'll go now towards the game against Watford. Hopefully we can get a bid in before we get to it. And fingers crossed we'll be able to sell someone on. If not, then we'll just play it. Everton still sat there in second. Manchester United up to third now. A couple of the larger, well, you can see Spurs in 5th and Chelsea in 6th. I just saw the size of that deal. 75.7 million. No, But still, bloody hell, that's a big offer for Henry Harris. I wonder where... Was it Arsenal that were in the relegation zone? No, it was Liverpool that were back down there, wasn't it? Offer for Jack Stevens? No. And an offer for DeAndre Edlin? Also, no. Please bid for the players that I'm willing to sell, not the players that I'm not willing to sell. Liverpool are now up to 15th. Burnley could get themselves out of the relegation zone with a point in their game in hand. And we will face Watford now in 8th with our game in hand, which is on the day of. So let's jump into that now. I'm back on this screen. I just went to go into the game, went through the rigmarole of getting to the team lineup thing, placing play match, and then it comes up with a training drill. And I sat here for ages and never actually came up with a press start to play option. So it wouldn't actually let me go into the game. So I reloaded the save and it actually went back to the Sunday, and I've advanced as far as the Watford game again. I've now gotten a transfer bid for Sofiane Boufal. So I am going to act upon that. It's not the way that I wanted to try and get a bid for Sofiane Boufal, but I guess we'll just have... I might as well try and use the game's mess up to my advantage. You know when you go play match, you select your kits and it comes up with the squad screen. You can either play match or team management. I selected the team that I wanted to play, then went team management. I lost with 34. Would that be enough? It took me up to about 40 million. That should be enough, shouldn't it? Great. We offered him a new contract in the last episode because teams weren't, in the previous couple of episodes, because teams weren't paying what I wanted them to for him. But it's because he had less than 12 months left on his contract. Now we've secured enough money, I'm going to be able to bring someone else in. Yeah, I went start. There. Altered the team around a little bit. Actually, what I did was I put Richarlison in at cam, and then I made another change as well. What was it? I took Justin Kluivert out for Josh Sims. And then, other than that, I started with the same side. Hit play match. And then it goes to the training drill screen. And then eventually, down the bottom here, it comes up and says, press start to begin match or something. There you go. Press menu button to play. It didn't come up with that before. So I literally just sat here with nothing happening. So I reloaded the save, like I say. Now, as it happens, we've gotten a transfer bid for Sofiane Boufal. So, whether we would have gotten one after the Watford game had it worked properly last time, I'm not sure. But now we'll go into the Watford game, and it looks like we might have the player sale. So, every cloud in that. 4-2-3-1 for Watford as well. The formation didn't work at all for Huddersfield, but with Patrick Schick up top, they could very much make it work for them. And Uranda gets past me once. Schick brushes past the second man. That's going to drop for Kutcho. Footwork. I brought the keeper out manually to try and smother the ball, and he just drags it back away from me. Great awareness from the striker to be able to do that. You can see here, we'll watch it on the replay. See the keeper start to close it down there, and he just drags it back, opens up the angle, by which point the keeper's out of position, and he can bend it around him. Not the start I was after. 1-0 Watford after just 4 minutes. Hernandez again. Chalobah looking for him a second time. And he gets there, Hernandez. He's quick enough to do so. Peñaranda's pretty damn fast in a straight line as well. Remember that from the Everton series last year. Here's Nathaniel Chalobah. Back to Peñaranda. Good footwork from him. And the shot at the near post as well, held by Arrizabalaga. This one turning out to be quite more difficult a game than the one against Huddersfield. You probably would have said that anyway, with it being Watford over Huddersfield, although this one being at home, I'd like to think that perhaps we would have performed slightly better in the opening few moments, but maybe we're just taking our time to warm up. I hope I haven't used all of my good luck in front of goal in the previous game. Inside there to Savic. Good drop of the shoulder. Driving forward for Richarlison is the man that's in that cam roll in this game. I love Jeju! He's just too good! I've got no words. He just bangs it in time and time and time again. Pick that out off the underside of the bar. Strike! Unfortunately, it's only to bring us level, not to put us in front, so we're going to have to go and do it again. Neves, forward to Richarlison. Cross to Odriozola. Go back to Richarlison in the middle. Here's Diageo again. Well, I'll just bend it. He's a cheat code. He's legit. I feel disgusting using him because he just goes in. Whether it's a finesser from the edge of the box or you lash it in with his laces, the kid can't miss right now. He's unreal. 17 goals in the Premier League now this season. What is his finishing stat? Out of curiosity. 99 acceleration, 93 sprint speed, 91 agility, 90... Oh, it's just silly. 89 is his finishing now. I feel like I'm cheating using him because he's just that good. 2-1 Southampton. Here's Schick. I couldn't quite get the ball off in there. Kucho across to Decore. In there to Peñaranda. I'm glad he went for the extra pass because if he'd have just spun and shot there, I'm certain that would have been 2-2. Richarlison on the breakaway. Play that through for Leon Bailey to run onto. He won't quite get there. Oh, come on, Watford. You're literally just running into each other. Well, I'm literally just passing it to them. Richarlison's really not having a good time of things, is he?
First touch was poor. He's coming forward.
Here's Hernandez. I committed to that ages ago. Here's Patrick Schick. Oh, nicely done by Tierney. For Leon Bailey. Burst away in a fashion that only he can. Well, I say only he can. Only he and Diageo can. They both got 99 acceleration. Anything is... oh, it's a lovely ball around the corner. Richarlison's in! And the shot saved by Jose Sarr. Could have redeemed himself a little bit there, Richarlison. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. Patrick Schick tackled. Expected more from him. To be fair, I have a feeling, or at least the itch of a memory, that last time we played Watford with Schick in the starting lineup. He actually played very well for them and was heavily involved. It's a lovely ball through to Rafa. They might be equalising here before half-time. I read the cut inside and have done just enough to get it away from them. 3 minutes added on at the end of the half, and there is the end of the half. Schick spins on it. To Decore. That was poor. Hernandez. Oh, beyond it. Stop. Here's Jorge. He's in behind. Deep cross. Tierney's there. It was a little bit closer to goal with the clearance than perhaps I might have liked, but it will be a corner for Watford, and Rafa will deliver it. And there it is. Just gets it straight to Sims, who tests it straight to Hernandez, so we're still under pressure. And if it weren't for the great save and reactions of Kepa Arrizabalaga, we might well have been back on level terms. Although, I can't really tell from that angle whether that was actually on target or off. Corners come in from Rafa. It did look like it was off target, but camera angles sometimes can be deceiving. Corner again for Watford, which again Rafa will take. And whip well. And if it weren't for the head of Ruben Neves, they might well have been equalising again. Out Muslim. Go on, Richarlison, you can do it. Never mind, not been able to do it this time around. Decore lays it into Cucho Hernandez again. Oh, someone's on the floor. No, don't. Don't. Shit. Penalty Watford. I was so busy concentrating on the man that was down. Wasn't really paying attention to my defending. And I've chopped him. Poorly timed. Very poorly timed. Peñaranda will step up for Watford. Go for a hell of a run-up. And not equalised. Saved by Arrizabalaga, and no corner either. Josh Sims hacks it straight up in the air. Watford 1, Southampton 2 remains the scoreline. Thank you, Kepa Arrizabalaga, saving my bacon yet again. That's why we bought him.
So many media outlets these days, and at the moment,
Odriozola down the line there to Sims. Back to Odriozola, inside to Ruben Neves, rolls well. Linkovic-Savic. There's Leon Bailey. Linkovic-Savic is there again. That was shifting. And it was on a trajectory for the bottom corner too. Corner to come in from Ruben Neves. That's a good delivery. Giorgio's up. He's won the header. He went for a good save from Jose Sarr. Who had himself another one there, Giorgio. Would have had a hat-trick on his hands. Oh, he went for it. He went for it. Unfortunately, didn't make it land. Skriniar on the corner there to Richarlison. He'll go for it. Good save by Jose Sarr again. Pereira. Oh, that might be perfectly weighted, and indeed it is for Peñaranda. Issues. He's backing in. I'm not going to have the strength of Josh Sims to hold him off. Pereira. All I can do is not... Oh, he's not dive in like I did before. Just stand my ground and hope that they either kick it against me or the keeper makes a save. As it happens, the keeper made the save. So I was alright there. And I see the run he's starting to make there, Josh Sims. So we'll dink it over to him and he'll beat Jorge to this. I'll have to turn back. He's not the strongest, Josh Sims. That's a hell of a cross though. Unfortunately, Leon Bailey can't get to it. Sims will recover the loose ball. Here's Ruben Neves. It's Richarlison. Neves again. Tierney. Milinkovic-Savic. Squeeze it through there. We can. Jeju. Tried to squeeze it off, but perhaps wasn't the opportunity to go for the hat-trick there. 15 minutes to go, still 2-1. Win that. Well up, Kieran. Bailey can't get near it. Here's Rafa. Into Nathaniel Chalobah. Quickly to Akaka. I don't want to get in a physical battle with him. Pereira fires not very far wide at all. Chalobah going off for Watford here. Number 19 coming on, which is Will Hughes. Can't say as he strikes the fear into me with regards their potential goal-scoring ability as a team. But now that I've said that, I've no doubt jinxed myself, and Will Hughes will score 2 in the final 12 minutes, and Watford will win the game, because that's obviously what always happens whenever I play FIFA. Charlton is in behind here, though. He's caught me. It's a penalty. Penalties at both ends in this second half. Vestergaard getting a red card. I'm not sure that's a red, mate, to be honest, ref. I was a long way wide. Leon Bailey steps up and buries it. Really nicely tucked away into the bottom corner. Probably should have given that to Jeju for a hat-trick, really, shouldn't I? Never mind. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Southampton 3, 10-man Watford 1 with 10 minutes to go. That's probably game over. Nice header by Tierney. Charlton across there to Josh Sims. Milinkovic-Savic is here in the middle. Ruben Neves is going to be man to recover possession. Oh, that's a nice ball. See Josh Sims on the far side. For 4. Yes, nicely tucked away. 4-1. Watford falling apart now. A man down and 3 goals behind with 2 minutes to go. 2 solid victories for us today. And we might yet be getting the transfer go through for Sofiane Boufal to Athletic Bilbao as well. Meaning you guys might yet have a vote to vote on by the end of the episode, providing the money goes out and we know how much we have to spend. We'll address that as and when it happens though. Tierney picks up that loose ball and we might yet be in for a Jeju hat-trick. It's Will Hughes that's with me. Yeah, I took that a little bit too far there, I think. Never mind. Really should have given Jeju the penalty, shouldn't I? Misjudged the flight of the ball there with Josh Sims, but never mind. 4-1 this time. 5 goals in the game. But not all in my favour this time around. In fact, we went 1-0 down, but we fought back 13 shots, 12 on target. Not quite as clinical this time around, but definitely still as creative. Manchester United beat Everton. That's a huge game, because Everton were second, weren't they? And United were third. Or am I mistaken? I'm pretty sure Everton was second. Not sure off the top of my head now, because it says Doncaster we got next in the FA Cup. You may actually get a game, actually, Lance, in this... Oh, God, bloody legs. You may actually get a game in this next one, Lance, to be fair. See if the transfer goes through. That email might well be it. No, it's an offer of exactly £40 million for Milan Skriniar, which I shall be rejecting. Do have a further day to go. Go on, confirm it for me so we can have a vote in today's episode. Do it. 1. Don't leave me hang. Oh, it helps if I press advance, doesn't it? Go on, do it. Don't leave me hanging. Oh, you son of a bitch, Sofiane. Fine. Alright, no vote in today's episode. Oh, that's annoying. That's a bit of an anticlimax, isn't it? Next up, the FA Cup. Doncaster Rovers. Was it Doncaster? It was Doncaster, wasn't it? Can't remember now. Yeah, Everton were second. Manchester United now second. We are 5 points clear at the top. Of course, we are current reigning and defending Premier League champions, but the Champions League is the main focus this season. Was it Bayern Munich we have? Yeah, great. We lost to Juventus in the round of 16 last year. Now we've Bayern Munich to contend with. That's not going to be easy. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. I'll see you next time.